Today we're out at Battle Creek and I'm starting out by the community center, which is a lot I normally don't park by, but today I'm going to start the ride from here. One of the biggest complaints I've gotten about Battle Creek is that it's hard to navigate. I know the first couple of times I rode here, I sure got lost and spent a lot of time on Trailforks trying to figure out which way to go. The east half of the park crosses over a lot of XC ski trails, and it can be hard to find the way back to the single track. In this video, I hope to help everyone out. Give a complete guide to riding Battle Creek. I will be using chapter markers so you can hop around to find the tricky spots to navigate.
Did my upper pivot service, and I wonder if I didn't do something right. Alright, from here we're going up this guy. The trail on the right will just take us back. We'll take this to the other sections.
Now that we've hit our first section of ski trail, we're going to make a right. We're going to climb up this hill. We're going to make a left, another right, and then another left, and then another right, and we'll be back on the single track. You can watch it. It may be easier to follow.
Right over here we take a right, and this will get us back on single track, and we'll be on single track for the majority of the remainder of the ride. How's it going?
Hey.
So once you get to the bottom of this trail, you have an option to go straight and climb up to the goat trail, or you can make a right and cross the road and ride the western section of the park. After crossing the street, you'll be back on the XC trails and just keep right. You will have two different options for descent: Wall of Death or the Luge.
Here.
The Luge is rated Black Diamond, but is more of a flow trail and rides more like a blue trail. I'm taking Wall of Death, which I think rides like a Black Diamond trail. I've gotten a lot more comfortable on this trail and have the confidence to ride this trail fast.
That's a bear. That was fun. No denying that.
At the bottom, we hit the bike trail and have some options. I'm going to take a right and head over to Jesus Saves and climb up to the Overlook. The climbing at Battle Creek is the hardest in the metro. You have several punchy climbs that will be making you rethink your bike choice. A lighter XC bike will make these climbs easier, but a more burly trail bike will make the descents more fun.
That's hard.
At the fork, you can make a right and take the easier trail to North Rim, or take a left and climb up to the ski jump. This option leads to a pair of short, punchy, steep climbs and one pretty fun short descent. I like the challenge, so I make the left turn.
Damn it. Give me a second to catch my breath.
Yeah. Take your time.
Oh. Yeah, let's go.
Tough one, huh?
It is a tough one. Have a good one.
That climb is brutal. I've cleaned it in the past, but after a couple weeks off the bike, I'm suffering. Thankfully, we are now on one of the best descents at Battle Creek. I'm going to take the Black Diamond option, but there is an easier blue option that avoids this rooty section. This trail is the Chute, and it has a double Black Diamond feature. This really isn't that hard, just scary and unknown falls.
Whew. Yeah, that really is just point and shoot and hope for the best, but there's not that much room for error there.
After making the right, I'll start the climb to the Overlook trail. This trail ends up dropping you off on an old road. We'll ride for about a mile or so until we get to the single track. Don't turn right here. This is the end of the downhill trail. You need to ride a little bit further and you'll see the trail entrance on your left.
Thank you.
Did I mention Battle Creek has the hardest climbs in the metro? Well, this climb is more gradual and you'll be thankful for that 50-toothed climb. Keep left here to get to the Overlook, or take a right to start the descent. The climb will take you to the Overlook and you can get a nice view of St. Paul and rest your
How's it going?
legs.
Good, thanks.
Start back down the trail you rode up and keep left at the forks. This is such a good descent, you'll want to ride it all the way to that fallen tree. There is some more climbing and 3 memorable switchbacks, but I'm just going to show you the fast stuff.
This spot here is a demonstration of how well the crew here improves these trails. This section is really cool. Got a little slick. But yeah, that is fun. And there's one more.
Back on the road, we'll take this back towards the chute. The entrance back to the single track will be on your left. You don't need to ride the chute. You can take the right and bypass the black diamond feature. This time, I'm not taking the red line. I'm taking the main trail, and this is to remind myself about a crash I had here, and I just feel this line is a little bit more technical than the chute. Taking a left here will take you down to the lower parking lot. On a day like today, there are a ton of cars here because the other metro trails are all closed. I'm a big believer that if Battle Creek had this kind of traffic on a regular basis, this parking lot would be a lot safer. I've seen a few cars with broken windows in this lot, and this spring my car was almost broken into while parked at the Overlook parking lot. I have tempered glass in my windows, so the thief couldn't break my window. On the bike path, we'll make a right onto the trail and climb up to Freight Train. If I had taken the Luge, you could have taken a right to get on the bike path or stay straight to climb back to the top. My preference is always to take Wall of Death Trail instead of the Luge and to go ride the trails that lead to the Overlook. At the top of this climb, you can keep going and get back on the XC ski trails or make a right onto Freight Train. I really enjoy this new trail and find it a better option than riding the road to Big Wheezy.
How's it going?
Hey Brian, love your videos, dude.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.
It was really fun chatting with a couple subscribers at the bottom of Big Wheezy. I really enjoy the interaction, and I'm even more stoked to make these videos. Now, this is a classic big climb that isn't long, but will test your fitness.
Plow through those.
After conquering the climb up Big Wheezy, I take a left onto the XC trails and pedal over to the picnic loop. This blue trail starts with a climb and leads to one of my favorite drops at Battle Creek. After finishing up the picnic loop, I make a left onto the XC trails and take those back towards the east side of the park.
Back on the ski trails.
But in today's video, I'm going to show off the Luge first.
Black trail.
The Luge is rated a black diamond trail, but feels more like a blue to me. There really isn't anything tricky about this trail except a couple small drops. I tend to skip this trail when I ride at Battle Creek because I feel Wall of Death is a better option.
Ooh.
At the end of the luge, you can veer right to get on the bike path and head over to Jesus Saves, or just keep straight and take the trail to the hump and climb up to Freight Train. So I'm now crossing Battle Creek Road and climbing up to Goat. This was a new trail this past spring and really made it more enjoyable to climb and descend down to Battle Creek Road. I really have no issues with two-way trails, but this is a more enjoyable climb than the previous option. Just keep climbing, it's almost over. Once you hit the XC trail, make a left and look for a group of people standing around. It's a common thing to see people taking a break before descending down the Goat Trail. Now we are riding the most famous of the trails at Battle Creek. There are some nice jumps on this trail, but don't forget that rock garden at the very end. That section is pretty hairy and can lead to some bad situations. So I know people love Goat, and that is why they built a return trail. You just have to ride up this XC trail, and eventually you'll hit a wall. At the top of that wall is a trail to the right that will take you back to Goat. This trail was finished last spring and cuts off a little more of the ski trail hike-a-bike. This will take you back to the XC trails just west of the old entrance to Goat. Back at the top, you can get back in line and chat with the other riders preparing to drop in.
How's it going? Hey. Whew. That Goat return is tough. I'm gonna run. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching the videos. I appreciate it.
Again, it is awesome running into fans of the channel. I really appreciate taking some time to talk to the folks that watch my videos. I do really enjoy the rock garden at the bottom of Goat. At the bottom of Goat, this time I'm going straight to ride more trail that was new in 2020. This section is more trail, which is always a good thing, but it's more jumpy stuff and not my bread and butter. After riding Goat, we are on Fern Gully. This is a fun little section of trail that leads to my favorite techie descent at Battle Creek. Here you can go straight to take the Blue Trail back to the XC ski trails, or make a right to ride drop into Pines.
Dodging. Up high.
I was out here with Chris Yonner, and he showed me that line on the right. It is so much smoother and faster taking that line.
See if I can't pull this out of the trail.
So now we are at another tough climb. This straight line up the hill is such a hard climb for me. I can't clean it, but I do feel I'm getting closer and closer to the top after each try.
Getting close though.
Might need to get some lighter tires to make these climbs easier. At the top of this climb, we turn right to get back on the XC trails. Once we hit these ski trails, we weave through and get back to the trail that leads you back to the parking lot. It can feel a bit like riding into Mirkwood Forest for first timers, so hopefully this video helps you learn the trails. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you go out and ride your bike and get a couple more rides in before the snow starts falling.